All right, this will be legitimate, guys. In honor of today, which is May the 4th, Star Wars Day, and the Kenobi trailer release, we are going to be making a tier list of all of these shows as well as the Star Wars movies. Now, you can fully disagree with my opinion, but just know that if you do, then you're wrong. And it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. We're all wrong in life sometimes. I think that we'll start with the shows first. There is actually one show on here that I have not watched. I actually have not watched Resistance. That's the kids show, right? This is like, what is this even on, dude? I haven't seen this one. I haven't even looked into this one at all. So this is the only one that I haven't watched. I'm going to put it in F tier. I'll probably watch it. And we'll see. For Rebels, man, I would say Rebels is pretty good. For me, like, Rebels has a lot of details in it. You know, it was a kid's show, but it was like enough lore and depth, and they combined it well enough with certain like special characters that it was really deep. I'll probably give Rebels A tier. I don't think it's quite S tier. It's like a high B, like just enough to push it into A tier. But there's other pieces that like I would say are S tier that are better that make it hard for me to give Rebels S tier. Other shows, we have the Clone Wars, and then we have the final season of the Clone Wars. Final season, it's definitely got to be an A. Final season, dude, final season might actually be S tier. Dude, that's freaking tough, man. Final season, that's really hard, man, because final season's obviously better than the rest of the Clone Wars. It's got to be above categories of the regular season, but I feel like this is wrong. Like, I don't feel like Clone Wars can just be straight B. It's either this or it's this. But final season's definitely better. Final season is better than the entire Clone Wars. Yes, dude. Yeah. Oh, 100%, dude. Are you kidding me, bro? Oh, dude, 100%, man. Final season is so good. I'm trying to think what else we have on here. I guess those are all the shows. No, okay, sorry. We have like the actual live action shows. We have Mando, and then do we have Boba on here? Boba's got to be on here, bro, right? Oh no, was this list made before Boba was added? Okay, we're gonna pretend that Resistance, because I haven't seen it, we're gonna pretend that Resistance is Boba. Sound good? Is that fair? First, I'm gonna rank Mandalorian though. Mando's really good, but I don't think it's quite. There's certain episodes that are S tier. Like, obviously the episode when Luke shows up is just freaking amazing. Like, that's peak Star Wars content right there. And then there's some episodes that are just kind of boring, to be honest. I would say there's more episodes though that are like super freaking good that outweigh some of the filler and like slow moments. I think Mando's either gonna be S tier or A tier, just because of that Luke scene at the end of season 2. Yeah, there's just so much filler that it's got to go A tier. It's got to go A tier. It's got to go A tier for me. Boba is definitely a B tier though. We'll put Boba in B. The tough thing is though, to be honest, and Clone Wars is such a mixed bag. I think Clone Wars is better than this. So like Clone Wars would kind of be like right here, but it's not quite enough necessarily to put it into A tier for me. After Boba, now we don't have any more shows that I need to throw on here. So we're going to do the movies that aren't a part of the 9. So we got like Rogue One and Solo. Rogue One's really freaking good, man. I think Rogue One's A tier. I like Solo more than most people do. I'm going to put Solo in B tier. I'll talk about both of these. Rogue One's really good, man. They have the ending and you learn a lot about Scarif. You learn a lot about like the Death Star and like where they have all the hidden knowledge and stuff. And for me, that was really freaking cool, man. That was an experience. We'll start with the original trilogy and we'll go in order. A New Hope's going to be A tier for me. I know a lot of longtime Star Wars fans are going to disagree because that's a lot of people's like favorite one. But whenever I was younger, all I freaking cared about was cool lightsaber fights, and the lightsaber fight was not, it wasn't what I wanted. But now that I'm watching it as I'm older, I appreciate it. But it's gonna be A tier for me as well. I know a lot of people are gonna disagree, but A New Hope's got to be A for me. After A New Hope, I am going to go ahead and do The Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back is, wait, what the heck? Oh, it accidentally went into this list right here. How did it fall in there? Empire Strikes Back, S tier, bro. 100% S tier. Empire Strikes Back, perfect movie, man. So freaking amazing. 100% S tier. 100% S tier. I still remember having anxiety, dude, thinking about Luke just sitting there hanging like over the clouds and just the nothingness below him, dude. Like, that was the freaking scariest thing ever. When I was younger, it used to give me really bad anxiety, like the more that I'd think about it. And they did a really good job at just like the emotional stuff, obviously, like with him being his dad. Just a perfect movie. Return of the Jedi, S tier as well, man. S tier as well. Luke with the green lightsaber, dude. Just the coolest freaking thing ever. Seeing him go from blue lightsaber to green lightsaber. It was just like, it's kind of like the endgame of Star Wars. It's like the endgame of Star Wars. You know, before the sequels, the wait to the final battle. And just that relationship right there, man, of like a father and a son. And the father giving his life for his son, but the son also, just that whole dynamic, man, that was healing for me, bro. That was like perfect. That hit home for me watching that. And I loved watching that movie with my dad as a kid. And so just seeing their relationship play out and the weight behind Anakin and everything that he did, and the transformation of his character, because I'm a huge sucker for redemption stories, bro. I like seeing characters that go through so much stuff and it like destroys them, but then they have like a rise from the ashes moment and they end up being transformed into like something even greater than they were before. And seeing that with Anakin, like, man, dude, just super freaking great. That leaves us with the prequels. S tier, S tier, S tier. All I gotta say is if you put Rey series in the S or A tier, we're gonna have words. Yeah, I'm gonna say episode 1. Some of you guys are gonna disagree with me. I gotta put episode 1 up there with, I'm gonna go A tier. I'm gonna go A tier with episode 1. I really freaking love episode 1. It's like, it's teetering on A and S. It's teetering on A and S tier. Oh, it was, my bad, I grabbed the wrong one, sorry. Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon Space, duh. Episode 1, it's underrated. A lot of people hated it because of Jar Jar and it got so much crap. But like, dude, I didn't even care about Jar Jar, bro. I wasn't even paying attention to him. I was just focused on Darth Maul. The fact that there were 2 Jedi at that point, there were multiple Jedi. We finally got to see more Jedi than just Luke and Yoda and Obi-Wan. Like there was like the entire environment that was created like post Revenge of the Sith, and before they released episode 1, like all you had seen was like 4 through 6. We have everybody, and so it creates this cool environment where you get to see like what life was like before the apocalypse, basically before everything like fell apart and went to crap. I would say that yeah, my bad, I put it in A tier. I put it in S tier. It's A tier because of that. It's almost S tier, but there's a lot of things like that I just didn't enjoy as much. Like it wasn't as weighty. The Qui-Gon getting stabbed through the chest was like really weighty. The rest of it, it didn't have the pacing that I wanted it to. I would say for Clone Wars, has either got to be, it's probably D. Clone Wars has got to be D. Lightsaber battle was freaking cool, man. Seeing Count Dooku was freaking cool, man. But there's so much that was bad about it, dude. That's tough, dude. I needed to rearrange these. I might change my order, to be honest, based on where I placed the other ones too. Oh, did I not put Solo on here? My bad. Solo's gonna be a B tier. Revenge of the Sith. It depends on the day that you catch me on, man. It depends on the day that you catch me on. Revenge of the Sith, because the lightsaber battle, just really freaking great, man. But honestly, dude, I've watched it so many freaking times that I get tired of watching it. So like sometimes it's around here and I just don't feel like watching it at all. But if I was to give it like a rating, like fresh in the theater, watching it, 100% S tier, dude. The emotions, I didn't know Palpatine. I just didn't process that. Didn't know he was the Emperor. So the surprise hit me just like Revan hit me, and S tier. All right, guys, now we got my favorites. We got the sequels. I'm gonna say that The Force Awakens, Force Awakens is gonna be... There was so much that I was sad about, dude. It wasn't bad, but I went into the theaters like, oh gosh, what are they gonna do to Star Wars, my beloved Star Wars? I almost want to put it up in B tier. I almost do. Han dying, man. Okay, there was a lot of stuff. Everyone was expecting Revan, yeah. Let's just process through this. Finn with the lightsaber was cool, man. It started out and there was the plot, and it had I would say it had a pretty good plot. You're trying to figure out everything and what the heck's going on. It's tough because like the weight of Kylo, like in Han, it was cool, and like the expectations going into, there's a lot of hype. That's so tough, man. I like almost want to put it in B tier. I'm gonna leave it at C tier. I would say that The Last Jedi, if Luke wouldn't have died, man, and he would have came back and just been freaking epic, dude, it's either an F. It's almost a D tier for me, bro, just because the cinematics, and I like the throne room, dude. It was really cool seeing all the guards in there, but like, and I'm trying to be generous. I feel like just throwing it in F tier is just like molding too much. But dude, like I was really upset. I walked out of the theater like really upset, man. They really screwed up my childhood. But the thing is that Snoke clearly was not going to be Palpatine, dude. There's no freaking way, bro. Rey was not going to be a Palpatine either. We didn't know that, though. That comes in play with the next one. I'm probably going to do this based on my rankings. I don't know, dude. This is where it's tough for me. So there's different things that I like about the films. But then if I put them in a list hierarchy of like what's better than what, it pushes some of them down where I feel like there are aspects that I like that makes me want to put them higher. Force Awakens is better than this one right here, so I wouldn't put them on the same level. But also like Clone Wars might be a little bit better to go up here with Solo, making it more like this. And so this is kind of what I'm torn about, just based on the different rankings. This might even be a D. No, yeah, it's got to be an F. It's got to be an F for me, dude. The thing with this though is that, so, okay, hear me out. Fight scenes were really cool. They did everything they could. They did everything they could to salvage the trilogy. And so it was like they were putting a Band-Aid over a bullet wound. And I would give this film like a 6.5, maybe a 7 out of 10. The thing that there was just so many things that frustrated me, bro. And the things that frustrated me were like, they had no direction for it. And so they like tried to wrap it up as best as they could. Just needed more backstory from Rey. I needed her character to be deeper, like the Exile from KOTOR 2, bro. Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite characters. She has the exact same story too. Like she was the last Jedi pretty much and was the one that kind of like restarted and rebirthed the Jedi Order and like full on saved it. So like they could have done Rey's character better. They definitely like screwed the Old Testament original trilogy characters. I'm trying to be graceful here with giving it a D, and so it's probably going to land right there. So I would say that it's probably going to end up in D. Yeah, I think this is my final list. I feel pretty good with this. Maybe over time, and maybe like as my kids get into watching Star Wars and I continue to rewatch the sequels, maybe I'll be a little bit lighter and nicer with them. So that's my tier list. And here's the thing, bros, is like you guys are more than welcome to love the sequels and enjoy them and stuff. You're allowed to share your thoughts and things. We should never like just crap on somebody for sharing their thoughts. You can disagree and have healthy disagreeing conversations. A lot of the reason why I've stayed away from talking about the movies is because usually like people's feelings get hurt or they disagree with me. And since it's something we love so much and we're so passionate about, I think we're in a better spot as a Star Wars fan base and a Star Wars fandom to where we can have these conversations. And I think I align more with the majority of my takes on Star Wars movies. We're all pretty close, I think. But then there's definitely people that do disagree and do enjoy these more than I do, but I still want to love those people and respect them. We can continue to have these conversations. I think Star Wars is going to continue to blossom and be in a good state.